live on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football, live from Cleveland, Ohio. The Cuyahoga Falls Rapids take on the Cleveland Cobras. Here, your voice of the Rapids, Ken Straub, joined as always by my podcast and my broadcast partner, my brother Andrew. Andrew, a big matchup for the Falls. Week 1. Preseason is now behind us. Some ups and downs in the preseason. A big win, big 2 wins actually, against the now defunct Ohio Warlocks, and then a big win against the Lima Warriors. But then a little bit of a misstep against the Detroit Ravens. But we're back now for week 1. What are the keys here for the Rapids to get rolling and have a successful start to the season?
I think the biggest thing here is that you have a team that's ready to go, fired up. Maybe a little bit of a misstep last week, but that's bound to happen. You're on the road. This team is fired up to play against you. Play your game and be what you know you are. Run the football, play good defense, get turnovers.
Absolutely. And as you see, the Cobras are taking the field here with some smoke and fire. I agree with you. Back to running the football is going to be a big thing. And the other big thing here is playing good defense. The defense is going to have to create some turnovers this week, put some points on the board itself to actually help the offense get rolling as well. And I think the team is keyed up and ready to do that.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And obviously, this is going to play a big factor. This team is fired up, as you can see. You just got to ignore all that. You got to ignore the jawing, ignore the talking, ignore the other team, and play your game. Because if you play your game, we've seen in the other 2 games that they've won, they have dominated on the ground and they have dominated defensively.
Absolutely, and it's going to be tough for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys have played for the Cobras. Emmett Calhoun, Mike Williams. Mike Marshall, Dylan White, Wayne, Rocky Johnson, Morgan Hill, Brandon, all former Cobras. Brandon Beckins and Emmett Calhoun, 5 years with the Cobras. And it's not just them. It's our offensive coordinator, Savon Gibbs, who was a GM and a player for the Cobras. And this is the first time he is matching up as a coach or a player against the Cobras. So big matchups on the personal end as well.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to play a big part in this game is just how each team can take it play by play, drive by drive, quarter by quarter, and make sure that the moment isn't too big for them. Obviously, we have had preseason games, but this is when it counts.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to be a little bit different than these other games where now you have a set game plan, you have set players, you got to just execute.
Absolutely. And it's a crowded press box up in here today. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of us in here in our tiny little booth. So if there's some voiceovers or some extra things you hear, we do apologize for that. But Rapids are going to get set to kick away to the Cobras here. Bobby Rhodes Jr. in on your kickoff. And Bobby kicks it away, and we are underway. Kickoff's going to be taken, and he's going to try to break it down to the outside, and he's going to cut it up past the 30, to the 40, 45 to the 50, and he's going to break it out, and he is going to take it down and be finally tackled out at the 15, 20-yard line. Tackle on the play there by Darshawn Williams, and a big start for the Cobras there, Drew.
Yeah, no, that is probably not the greatest start for the Rapids, but we did see a little bit of trouble on the special teams last week, so maybe some rust still happening. Need to clean that up going forward, but hey, now you give it to your defense. I know it's a short field, but this team can make turnovers, make plays, and help out the special teams.
Absolutely, and if there's any defense that can do it, it is absolutely this Rapids defense, but yeah, not a great start to the special teams there. So Cobras will take over here. First down. At the 20. Be first down. Cobras will go 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Number 7 in at quarterback. And he's going to hand it off on the first play up the middle, and he's going to be tackled by number 4, Darshawn Williams, our firefighter on our team. We salute him for doing double duty there. A big tackle there. And as we've talked about week in and week out, one of the big strengths of this defense, you cannot run up the middle.
No, that's absolutely right. Even the Ravens had trouble running against this team. And so if hopefully the Cobras have a little bit more coming than just running the football, because it is going to be tough sledding if that is their main form of attack.
Absolutely. I'm going to agree with my broadcast partner there. So they'll bring up second down for the Cobras. 2nd and 12. Three wide receivers at the top of your screen. And he's going to take the snap. He's going to hold it himself, and he's going to be tackled and sacked in the backfield. Number 54, Doak Walker, in on the tackle and the sack there, and number 4, Darshawn Williams. Darshawn Williams not only in on the tackle on the kickoff, a big tackle up the middle, and now a help on the sack.
Absolutely. Listen, this Rapids line is getting in early against this offensive line and making it very difficult right now for them to really run a lot. Long third down here, not a lot you can do on the ground. Let's see how this passing game goes, because I know that was a massive point of emphasis that the Ravens used to move the ball down the field last week.
And a big talking point in the defensive meetings that I was in on as well. So that'll bring up a third down and long here. Cobras will go 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball, 1 wide receiver in the backfield. And he's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look over the middle, and nope, he's going to throw it incomplete. Stash in on the play there to make sure that nothing happened.
Absolutely great defense by the Rapids. Bad kickoff return defending, and then 2 straight negative plays and an incompletion, making it tough on the Cobras. This is exactly what we expect out of this defense.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to everybody here in the comment section. Cousin Nate, Paula, Shmoopy Sweets and Treats, my mama, and our boy Ray in as well. Is this going to bring up 4th down for the Cobras? And they are going to go for it. Same formation, 2 wide receivers each side of the ball, 1 running back in the backfield. Changing the play up. Rapids showing some shift in the defense. And he's going to drop back. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it to the corner, and he's got a guy there. He's going to catch it for. We're waiting on a referee. They're just. They're going to say he's going to be out at the 1. It's going to be a first down, 1st and goal, and a good throw there on the back shoulder there. Put it exactly where only the wide receiver could get it. Cobras are going to speed it up here. And Drew, a gutsy call, but a good call.
No, a great call. Sometimes you
1st and goal.
You got to make some of those calls if you're going to move the ball down the field against this defense.
Absolutely. So they'll set up 1st and goal from the 1. And he's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to bootleg out, and he's going to push it in for a Cobras touchdown. Drew, an opening drive touchdown for the Cobras. And this Rapids defense put back in a tough spot. Almost got out of there on 4th down, but the Cobras strike.
No, absolutely. That was a interesting drive, I would like to say, because you have 2 negative plays, you have an incompletion, no real offense to speak of, and you decide to go for it, make an amazing back shoulder throw, and then just punch it in. And so I think that's what we're going to see from the Cobras today, is that this team is not going to punt the ball away, give it up. They're going to try basically whatever they can do to get first downs, get touchdowns, and that's exactly what they did there.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to switch sides here for the extra points. Apparently, there's only netting on one side, so we don't want to destroy any houses, break any windows.
Yeah, hey, listen. When you buy a house in Lakewood, I think you should expect maybe some football is coming through, especially with these housing prices right now.
Absolutely, bro.
That is number 42,
So Rapids offense will look to reset and get themselves in and rolling. After this extra point, the ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So that'll be 7-0 Cobras. And while I have a second, I want to give
Cobras lead 7-0.
I want to give a shout out to Tiki Underground, located in Front Street in Cuyahoga Falls. Tiki Underground brings a fun and unique atmosphere to all our community with inspired, island-inspired vibes, tropical cocktails, and delicious small bite plates. Visit Tiki Underground for a taste of paradise, no passport required. They are sponsors of number 2, Monte Taylor, and number 97, Josh Davis. And I also want to give a shout out while I can to the 216 Sports Network who are joining us in the booth today. Shout out to Mel and Western Reserve Radio. Packed booth.
Yes, and also shout out our sideline reporter, Rico McGee, down on the sideline, helping out. Probably will come up sometime, give us some updates.
Absolutely, and I want to give a shout out to our guy Ben Bell joining us for his first Rapids game as well, our statistician, joining us up in the booth. As I said, packed house here today. So Rapids will get set to receive the kickoff. We've got number 15, Emmett Calhoun, and number 19, Sean Smith Jr. on the return. And Drew, I don't think there needs to be any panic. Like you said, you put your defense in a tough spot, and they got scored on. And even with getting scored on, it took a hell of a play to get the touchdown.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that's something where you go back on to your bench and you go, hey, we did great for 3 plays. You just got to get better with the 4th one.
Absolutely. So ball is away, returned by Sean Smith Jr. He's going to return it out past the 20. He's going to get it to the 30, where he's going to find a bunch of tacklers, but he still push it out to about the 38-yard line. So a good return there. Sean Smith Jr., a good returner, has our only Rapids kickoff return for a touchdown. So we'll see. Now, Jordan Jones. So Jordan Jones going to take over as QB1 here to start week 1. Monte Taylor in the backfield. First down for the Rapids. Sean Smith going to come across your screen in motion. He's going to fake the handoff, and then he's going to pitch it out to Monte Taylor. Monte Taylor is going to turn the corner. Doesn't look like he picked up many, if any, there, but I like the start here from the Rapids.
No, I think this is what their game plan has to be. It has to move the football, give the defense different looks with different running backs, kind of spread them out, make them hesitate for a second, and get those crucial yards. That's what we saw against the Ravens, but we didn't see enough of it.
Absolutely. So we'll go second down here. So Jordan's going to hand it off up the middle. Number 7, Elijah Bracey in there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Rapids. So Drew, I like that they've come out in that familiar wishbone formation. Jordan Jones in at quarterback. He's flanked by Monte and Emmett this time, but also moving in Elijah too. I like that.
I agree, but I think you got to start moving the ball a little bit further during these drives.
So we'll see what happens here on 3rd down. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look outside. He's going to look back in. And now he's going to flush out. He's going to take off. He's going to make a couple men miss. And he's going to break out. And he's going to bring it out to about the 48. So it's going to bring up 4th and 2. Now the Rapids are going to keep that offense on the field as they hurry up.
It's looking like, just as the Cobras did, the Rapids are going to go for it on 4th down as well, but a much more manageable one than the Cobras.
Yes, it does seem like it. So, this will bring up 4th and 2 here on your first drive for the Rapids offense here in week 1. Jones is going to take it, ham it off to Emmett Calhoun, and Emmett's going to bring up the middle, and he is gone. Emmett Calhoun to the house. Rapids touchdown.
And there we go.
And a big, and just like the Cobras did on 4th down, a big play for the Rapids on 4th down. However, this one into the end zone.
That one might have been personal.
I don't know if anyone got touched on that play.
No, he ran right up the middle.
Calhoun known for his
So,
speed.
the former Cobra strikes against his old team.
Yards for a touchdown.
Bobby Rhodes Jr. in for the extra point.
We await the extra point. Rhodes Jr. on the kick, snaps away, kick is up.
So, ball is up and away and good. So that'll be 7-7. Rapids on the board. Quick strike there on 4th down. As I catch my breath there. Woo! Drew, this is exactly what they wanted to do on offense. Now let's see if they can pin them back a bit on defense and let this defense unleash itself.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that the offense is running exactly how it should. A little bit of a slow start, but got the ball moving, especially with that big play. Now you give it to almost you would say the better side of the ball on your team, and that's the defense. As long as the special teams unit can keep them back, keep them before the 50, give this defense room to work, they're not pinned down too much, they'll get it going.
And this is the benefit of now us having a complete broadcast team with the third person. Shout out to Ben, our statistician. A 62-yard run by Emmett Calhoun there for the touchdown. So Rapids will kick away. Tied up here at 7. Ball is away. With 9 minutes and 11 seconds in the first quarter. He'll take it at the 10. He's going to try to reverse field, and now try to cut up the middle, and he's going to cut it again, and he's going to break it out again, and a good tackle there by the kicker, Bobby Rhodes Jr., but once again, a big return there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on. Maybe that they're just coming out of their gaps, coming out of their lanes, but some lane discipline is needed for this Rapids team, because it seems like as soon as he starts cutting the other way, he has open daylight to move that ball across the field.
Absolutely, and I do want to point out, and once again, you're going to get the ball on the other side of the 50, and if you're an offense, that's perfect. No coach is going to turn that down.
No, it's a smaller playbook. You don't have to worry about getting backed up against your own end zone, about potentially losing too many yards. You have flexibility, you have room there. And you only need about 3-4 first downs to really get in the end zone.
Absolutely. So the defense will take over as the Cobras take over on offense. And the Rapids defense dealing with a lot of injuries today. Boom Lumbus, Mark Hale, Jalen Johnson, Rocky, all out with injuries. We wish them all a speedy recovery. Running back Rob Graves out with a concussion as well. So some injuries, but we carry a deep roster. And that is why. So Cobras will set up here on first down. He's going to drop back to pass on first down. He's going to be pressured in the pocket. He's going to scramble and get away. He's going to throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Good pressure by the Rapids defensive line there.
I also think that potentially the coach quarterback could have made a scramble effort there. Tried to extend the play with his arm. Just couldn't get it on target. This might be one of those games where a lot of discipline with the secondary and keeping on to guys and making sure they're on is going to be needed, because it looks like this quarterback is very good at moving out of the pocket and making plays happen with his legs, but also with his arm on the run.
Absolutely, and it's a talented defensive line for the Rapids. You know, you have Dustin Dye, you have Jamal, you have Jalen, you have Rocky Corvez, Josh Davis. You have a lot of talent on this defensive line, regardless of the injury. So they're going to look to get some pressure going. So Cobras will set up second down. Empty out the backfield. 5 wide receivers. Oh, and a little jumper there by the Rapids. And, yep, they're going to throw the flag on the play there. So with 8 minutes and 2 seconds in the first quarter, we got our first penalty, 7-7.
Yeah, we did see some sort of this against the Ravens.
Offsides on the penalty. Sorry.
They weren't critical, but they definitely didn't help get the defense off the field. And so this is one of those ones where against this team where it could be a tight game, those could make a difference.
Absolutely. So, second down still here. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured again. He's going to throw it up top, and he's got a man open. And Deshaun, the stash fielding, is going to get all the way over there to make a great play. We will check the flag. And that's going to be a hold on the Cobras. And a great play there by, once again, a man who makes a lot of those, Deshaun, the stash fielding.
No, absolutely. Stash does not know that there's a holding on the offense and that this one's coming back. So that is full effort.
Yes.
Breaking that play up, that is an amazing play because that could have been a big play if not for the holding as well.
Absolutely. So it's going to back the Cobras up on third down. Apologize. Second down. He's going to drop back to pass. Pressured again by the Rapids, and he's going to get away from the sack, and he's going to dump it outside to the 50. And he was in the hands of Josh Davis there, but he got away and was able to at least get the ball off there. And that's going to bring up third down and long.
Another update across town. Stefanski Stadium. Rams up 26-6 over the Broncos. Rams making an early statement. They're in the PAFL.
And we're getting a score update across town from our guy over at the 216 Network. Shout out to Mel for that. The Cleveland Rams up over the Ohio Broncos right now. (26-6). Thank you, bro. So it'll bring up third and long for the Cobras. Quarterback checking his wristband there, changing up the play. He's going to bring his wide receiver in. Down. He's going to drop back to pass on third down. He's going to look to throw it deep, and he's going to throw it, and he's going to get tripped up by Dustin Dye, and he's going to throw it incomplete. And it does look like the Rapids, yes, and it looks like the Rapids are going to get off the field with a good defensive stand.
No, I think that's a really good stand. Again, a shaky special teams unit so far, but this defense able to stop them. Doesn't really make sense in the Cobras' mind to go for it on fourth down this time. And so they are going to punt it away and get it back to this offense who is going to continue to try to move the ball on the ground.
100%. And I want to mention, too, this defensive line, a bunch of guys in on the pressure. Dustin Dye, Darshawn Williams, a bunch of different guys, Josh Davis, getting in and pressuring the quarterback.
Absolutely, and that is major. I don't think that this quarterback for the Cobras has had a clean pocket all game so far, and that is a big plus for the secondary, making him get the ball out quickly, don't have to defend as long, and making sure even if he is scrambling, he's not scrambling wide openly.
Number 5, Neek Statement back to pass.
That'll give the Rapids great field position.
Wow, and there's going to be we've got a penalty? Okay.
It does seem...
Help me here, bro.
Yes, so we are in modified college rules here, which means that if a player has his knee down, that inevitably says that he is down. So the punter...
Oh, no, they're going to call the penalty. So throughout all that confusion, it's going to bring back fourth down. Sorry about that, bro. I'll put you on the spot, and then they changed it on you. That's what officials will do to you. Oh, we're moving the ball some more. There we go. So once again, still on the punt. Number 5, Neek Statement, back to receive the punt. Just added to the roster this week. So look to make a play in his first snap. And he's going to kick it away. It's going to be kicked to the corner. And actually a nice punt over there to the corner. And he's going to pick it up. and pick it up and get tackled at the 10. A little shaky there, Drew. He did muff that.
Yeah, it seemed like he wanted to pick it up on the bounce, and then the bounce just really did not come up to him. Almost muffed it, but was able to recover and get it. Now they're going to start at about the 11-yard line.
So, Rapids offense will take over. So, Jordan Jones will take over in at quarterback. Flanked by, it looks like, Emmett and Elijah. Here on first down. Motion will come through. He'll fake the handoff, and he'll dump it out to Emmett Calhoun again. Emmett is going to get hit and fumbled. And we will see who has the football, but Emmett got hit hard and fumbled the ball. And it looks like, and yes, it looks like Emmett's going to pick that up. So it's going to bring up second down. A scary one there, but a good way to turn around and recover your own fumble.
No, absolutely. Listen, very lucky that they were able to get onto that. Can move the ball more, but that is the back-to-back muffs. I think some ball control is going to be asked on the sideline to make sure that the Cobras do not get good field position as they are on inside their own red zone.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up second down. Jordan in, flanked by Monte Taylor and Elijah Bracey. Second and 6. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Monte Taylor. Monte's going to cut it up the middle. He's going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to get out for a Rapids first down. So, first down. Same formation. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, 2 running backs in the backfield with Jordan Jones. 1 wide receiver to the top of your screen. So motion coming across, and this time we're going to hand it off to the wide receiver in that motion, and he's going to be tackled right at the line for no gain. But the commitment to the run, I like it.
I agree, although I do believe that you are pushing this Cobras team in. They are stacking the box. There's not a single player within or outside of 10 yards. I think this is the time where you got to take a shot over the top, see if you can get these safeties to bite on a run, and see if you can make a big play here.
Don't disagree with you. We'll see what coach, offensive coordinator, Savon Gibbs has. And we do have a final across town as the Cleveland Rams have defeated the Ohio Broncos 26-6. Thanks to Mel at the 216 Sports Network for that update. So it'll bring up second down. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to look deep, and he's going to throw it, and his wide receiver is going to be tripped up. And both Cobra players collided into each other. It was an easy pick there. Wide receiver looking for a flag there. So are the Rapids coaching staff. I've got to kind of agree, Drew, but
it looked like it was incidental contact looking back at the replay.
Okay.
Looked like he just kind of got tripped up by him. That's not interference. But the bigger thing, almost an interception.
Yes.
But the Rapids getting lucky. Third down and long. I'm assuming another pass is coming.
Do agree there. That should have been an interception. And that is the nice part about having the ability to keep the broadcast up. Drew can check the replay for us, do a little instant replay for us. And Jordan's going to drop back to pass here on third down. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to he's going to hold on to it, and he's going to get brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, try to step up, try to make a play. Good protection, if I'm being honest. Got plenty of time, just could not find anyone to get open. And just like the Cobras could not take advantage, neither could the Rapids.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 1 minute and 10 seconds in the first quarter. Rapids will punt 7-7. Both offenses with 2 quick strikes on their opening drives, and now both offenses punting.
Yeah, I think That honestly makes a lot of sense. These two teams were fired up coming in. They wanted to push heavy, especially on the offensive side. Now that we're a little way into this game, running to the end of the first quarter, under a minute left, you're starting to kind of get comfortable defensively. You're starting to see what the schemes are going to be like. And now here's where the real fun comes in.
I agree there. So we've got a whistle. Got a flag. Delay game.
Against the Rapids, and that'll push the Rapids back.
And actually, it looks like too many men on the field.
Rhodes Jr. set to punch this one.
So. And it is good to point out, Drew, Cobras do not have arms, cannot catch. Otters can catch. So they'll bring up fourth down. Bobby Rhodes Jr. into punt now as he's taking over the punting position. And Bobby's going to kick it away. It's a high punt. He's going to get it. And it's going to take it's going to take a big Cobra bounce there, Drew, and bounce back at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Cobras will take over.
Yeah, unfortunately, great high kick. You want to kind of get your defenders underneath it. Unfortunately, just took a bad roll. No one was able to grab it before it moved, and great field position again for the Corbas. I don't think that they have started a drive on their own side of the 50 yet.
No, not at all. So that'll bring it to the end of the first quarter. 7-7 as we'll flip fields for the Cobras first down. And I got the pleasure to be joined by 216 Sports Network, host of the Rulers Minute, and the third man of our broadcast team, Rico McGee. Rico, what have you seen here in the first quarter?
They got to get it together on special teams. That's really about it, because the Cobras have been able to find and exploit some holes in the special teams. Everybody got to stay in their lane, and I think once you do that, you'll be good.
I don't disagree with Rico there. Thank you, Rico, as we get ready for first down to start the second quarter here for the Cobras at the 30-yard line. And he's going to hand off to number 24, and he's going to fumble! And he's going to fumble right to the Rapids, and the Rapids will take over immediately. The stash, Deshaun Fielding in on the fumble recovery there.
That's ball just seemed to fall right into his lap. Get punched out by our defensive lineman. Could not hang on. And if we're being completely honest, I don't think there's an easier fumble recovery that I've seen in my 23 years of watching football.
And in my 36, I think I can agree with you there. I did not see who was in on the punch out. Oh, and that's why our statistician is in the building. Bama, hurry on the punch out. Shout out to Ben for that one.
Jones gets a second chance.
All right.
So, Jordan will take over. Rapids offense in. Rapids offensive line calling it out. And he's going to drop back to pass on first down, and he's going to toss it over top, and he's got a man. Oh, and it's dropped.
That was a beautiful pass that just could not get reeled in. Now two teams with big drops.
Number 84, Darwin Filey on that one, and I know Darwin is not happy with that himself there. I know he prides himself on making big plays when he's called upon.
But hey, still second down. You missed a big shot, and that's okay. You move on. You figure out. Now that's good information. Now you know that play could be successful in the future.
Absolutely. So 2nd and 10 here. Oh, and it looks like we've got a jump on the offensive line. So, 14-20 in the second quarter. 7-7. Rapids in their familiar wishbone. We'll call it their rapid formation. You can boo me on the broadcast. You don't have to boo me silently, Drew.
I'm just hoping that the comments will also boo you for these puns.
So Jordan's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it again. He's going to throw it short and picked off. Wait, no. And yes, the referee is going to say that the Rapids caught it. And number 5, Nick's statement on the big catch. He went over top of the defensive back and caught it.
Listen, I don't say this much, but he got mossed.
Dual possession always goes to the receiver. Rapids catch
So,
it late.
yeah, I'm going to have to agree with not my broadcast partner, but my guy over at the 216 Sports Network who said it himself, Mel, that Rapids caught a break there.
Looks like an interception from where we were. It was a great battle as you see both players high-five each other. First and 10.
So Rapids will take over here, first down. Rapids is going all over on motion, bringing 3 wide receivers to this side. Now Emmett Calhoun goes to the top of the screen. A bit of confusion there, it seems. So Jordan's going to drop back to pass again. Going to dump it out to Monte Taylor. Monte Taylor's going to break more than a couple break one big tackle there and jump out past for another Rapids first down.
A very, very good design play call there. Get the Cobras moving forward and catch them out. Looks like a timeout by the Cobras. Looks like they're kind of on their heels here. Need to kind of reassess this.
Absolutely. So they'll take the timeout with 12:59 left in the second quarter. So the Rapids will take over.
For both coaches. Again, this is one of those games where everybody knows everybody.
Second down. Second and 2. Jordan Jones back in at quarterback. Monte in his backfield. And he's gonna fumble the snap, and he's gonna be sacked in the backfield in almost a disastrous play.
No, that was a little bit of a miscommunication. Looks like that the quarterback did not get into his chest, and that is rule 1 as a quarterback
Yes.
on handoffs. Get that ball into the running back's chest because he is running full steam ahead, and he does not have time to slow down and make sure that he gets that ball.
And a shout out to one of our Gold Lever sponsors, CC Realty Property Management. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, CC Realty provides trusted local real estate expertise. Thanks to CC Realty for helping build strong communities. It'll be third down here for the Rapids. 12 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Monte in the backfield with Jordan Jones in at quarterback. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to throw it across the middle, and a flag is going to get thrown, and we are going to have either a hold there or pass interference. Yep, and it's going to be a hold on the Cobras, and that will be a first down for the Rapids.
No, I think comparative to the other play, I think that one definitely was more of a hold than the other one. I think the other one definitely just tripped over him. That one, it looked like he was extending his hand, trying to reach out and grab him. I think it's a good call there.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, bro.
The refs are calling this one right down the middle. It'll be a free first down for the Rapids. So are they calling it a pass interference or hold prior to pass? Okay, so they're going to say hold prior to pass. Holding against the defense, defensive holding.
All right, so we keep it rolling here. 12 minutes left in the second. Rapids offense looking to mount a drive here. And they've come out now, and during this drive, they've come out in this trips formation. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen, 1 up top. Monte in. Jordan Jones at cornerback. Jordan's going to hand it off to Monte. You know, he's going to keep it himself, pull it, and he's going to cut it outside. We're going to have a flag on the play. Looks like there's going to be a hold. So, Rapids will take over here, 1st and 10. Just under 11 minutes in the second quarter. Emmett Calhoun back in the backfield for the Rapids. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. He's going to take a shot deep. He's got a wide receiver there. Oh, and it's going to be incomplete. Number 5. And a good play by the defensive back there. Going to bring up 2nd down. And I like on this second, or such a third drive, that they actually have started to open up the playbook and are letting Jordan drop back and pass.
I agree, but it seems like now they're getting to a point where they are throwing the ball to try to kind of push out that defense. You have the middle of the field pretty much wide open. I think you want to try taking maybe some middle of the field throws, get some chunk yardage, don't go for the home run every single time.
So 2nd down here, 2nd and 10. Monte back in the backfield. Jordan will drop back to pass, and he's going to toss it out to Monte. Monte in the flat is going to only make one guy. He'll get wrapped up there only for about a game of 1. A little slow to get up there.
Yeah, a great catch by Monte to grab that ball,
Yes.
make sure that he can get something out of it. It's going to be 3rd down and long. I know I just said you want to get middle of the field, but this is now where you got to get some big chunk yardage to even consider potentially going for it on 4th down.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. And I almost said Monte made a man miss because I'm just so used to him making a man miss. But he was tackled for a short gain. So 9:30 left here in the second quarter. 7-7, Rapids and Cobras. 3rd down. Emmett Calhoun will be checking the backfield there with Jordan in at quarterback. 2 wide receivers at the top, 1 to the bottom. Rapids going to look to can move the sticks here on 3rd down. Jordan's got a clean pocket. He's going to step up and he's going to launch it deep. And he's got a man. Oh, and it is missed. We will check on the flag. And it looks like and it's going to be holding on the Rapids. So, yes, the hold on the Rapids declined, so that'll bring up 4th down. No, I apologize. There we go. Sorry, the down marker man had me confused. So they will bring up 4th down. They'll decline the penalty. Bobby Rhodes Jr. in the punt. And so, some confusion there. We started the kick if nobody went off except for the kicker. It'll be returned down there at the 20, and it's going to be tackled out at about the 34-yard line. A good wrap up there on special teams. Emmett Calhoun, running back, in on the tackle there. And it looked like a bit of confusion there, Drew, because the snapper snapped it back to Bobby. Bobby was ready to go, but no one else was ready to play on either side.
Yeah, I think that was one of those ones where the center maybe have snapped the ball a little too soon before everyone else is ready and kind of confused everyone.
And while I have a second, I want to give a shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings, proud Gold Level sponsor and official pizza of the Rapids. Known for their seriously good pizza and big juicy wings, Rave is the go-to spot for game day cravings. We appreciate your support of Rapids football because great food deserves great pizza.
Speaking of pizza, listen, we love Rave Pizza and Wings.
I will be there next Friday.
I am craving some pizza and wings.
Absolutely. We are in Lakewood. So Cobras will take over here on 1st down with a new quarterback. Run up the middle for no gain. Big number 97, Josh Davis, in on the tackle there. And along with number 28, Brandon Backins.
It seems like the quarterback has now transferred into a little more of a running back role, which makes sense considering how mobile he was as a quarterback. So trying to change it up, trying to get something different going after 2 stall drives.
And I apologize, number 28, Brandon Fleming. who wants to give a shout out to his wife Samantha and their 5 kids. One more, I say one more on the way, but I do believe that's no longer on the way.
Congratulations.
So, second down here, drop back to pass. He's going to go deep, and Stash has got it in coverage, and Deshaun, the Stash Fielding, our great safety back there with another good play.
I would like to apologize for some absolute shoddy cameraman work on the sidelines here. We are trying to get that resolved as soon as possible. May have to fire him and find somebody else. Just not cutting it at this level.
You're going to relieve yourself of your own duties. I like it. So, Cobra's in here.
And I would like
third down.
I would like to say, hot take, I am a sausage and mushroom guy on my pizza, by the way.
Oh, pepperoni. Double pepperoni. I don't need anything else, but I'll eat everything else. So, third down here for the Cobras, as Pizza's got me all confused. Oh, and he's going to be flustered out of the pocket. He's going to chase it out, and he's going to get tackled. He's going to be tackled at the 39-yard line. He's going to be short of the marker. So, Cobras will punt away. Good defensive stand by the Rapids. Marked by a great defensive play by Stash. Give a shout out to Little Dog 212 in the comment section of the YouTube. Going through our pizza orders distracted me. And I know they're watching, so I want to give a shout out to my fiance Renee and my son Landon, who are watching. Landon, Dad loves you. So, through a bit of a delay there. Cobras a punt. Ooh, that's a good punt. And it'll be caught at 28. He's going to return it out to the 30, turn it out to the 40. Flag on the play. Oh, he's going to fumble. And we've got another fumble. Cobras are going to pick up the ball. And the Cobras will return and drew not just special team errors, but fumbling.
That seems to be a massive issue right now. They cannot hold on to this football. And listen, we know that this defense is good. They've shown that it is good. But defenses get tired, especially if you cannot keep your offense or your special teams on the field due to turnovers, especially early into the drives.
Absolutely. So, even with the penalty, and we will check on that, it looked like a block in the back. So, Cobras will take over on the Rapid side. And while I have a second, I want to give a shout out to Shaw Auto Care, one of our gold level sponsors and trusted name in keeping vehicles running smoothly. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, Shaw Auto Care delivers honest, reliable service. And just like the Rapids, they're always ready to go the extra mile. And Drew, I know exactly where it is now. I was on my way to the store the other day. I pulled up at the corner, stopped at the red light, looked over, and saw the big Shaw Auto Care sign. I was like, okay, I'm in. I know where I'm at now.
Listen, you can get all your oil changes there. You can get your car fixed there.
So, Coach Nate Hose out on the field talking to the officials, trying to sort out some confusion. So, Cobras will take over, 1st and 10.
5 minutes and 38 seconds to go before halftime.
5:38. As the Cobras take over on 1st down. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it quick over the middle on a quick slant, and it's going to be tackled over the 40. Cobras trying to push it on. And I want to give a big shout out to Chris and Jacob's Heart, as they are always watching. One of our great sponsors. They are sponsors. Number 13, Mari Mitchell, and number 42, Rocky Moss, and number 97, Josh Davis. Is a drop back on second down, breaks a tackle, and he's going to break out for a first down, break more tackles, and get out to the 20-yard line.
That was a very, very brutal run, breaking multiple tackles, making dudes miss. That is exactly probably why they brought him in.
Yeah.
While they love their mobile quarterback, number 7, that man could also move the ball and make men miss, and that is exactly what this Cobra team needs. Now this Rapids team, this defense needs to make sure they stay at home, they break down, they tackle. They don't want to be diving at this guy because he's obviously going to make men miss.
Agree with you there, bro. So 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. Cobra's trying to mount a drive to take the lead before halftime. So first down. Oh, and we're going to have a flag on the play. We're going to have a false start on the Cobras.
Similar to the Rapids, the Cobras, a great play there, get some chunk yards, and now negative yards once again, and not due to a play call, due to just not being able to stay disciplined on that line.
Agree with you there, bro. So that'll back them up. Rapids defense looking to bend but not break here. Put in a tough spot a couple times by the special teams. But looking to make a play here. We've got another whistle. Oh, we just need to change the down marker. So we're down to first down. Just under 3:45 here in the second. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw a fake. He's going to be pressured in the backfield. He's going to throw it away, and he'll be tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, not much room to maneuver and escape out of the pocket there. Really didn't have anywhere to throw the ball away, and he was in the pocket. He could not throw the ball away, or else he was going to risk an intentional grounding, so had to throw it to somebody. He caught it, and now we are down in second and long now.
So this Rapids defense making a play there on first down. As you said, bring up second and long. Cobras will line up. 4 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield. Rapids defense showing pressure. Quarterback's going to call it out. He's going to take the snap. He's going to throw it out to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, 3rd down and 20 here. You're looking at probably a 47-yard field goal. I don't know if their kicker has the leg for that. You're going to want to try to at least get some chunk yardage to see if you can maybe get in field goal position, or potentially even go for it on 4th down.
And that's a deep kick. I mean, that's no disrespect to the kicker. Kickers are hard to come find in the PAFL, PFL, semi-pro, just in general. So asking from this distance is a tough ask.
Unless you're Bobby Rhodes Jr.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll bring up 3rd down for the Cobra. Oh, they're going to take Oh, yeah, I apologize. They're going to run us down to the 2-minute warning. Cobra's letting that time run off. So 2 minutes left in the half. 7-7, Rapids and Cobras. And while I have a second, would like to give a shout out to the Ranella Legacy Group. We're honored to have the Ranella Legacy Group as a gold level sponsor this season. Specializing in empowering financial freedom, Ranella Legacy Group helps individuals and families plan for their future with confidence. We always want to acknowledge on every broadcast the late Lenora Ranella, whose passion and connection brought us together. She was the spark behind the collaboration, and her warmth and generosity will never be forgotten. This season, we play in her honor, and we're grateful for the legacy that she left behind. Proud sponsors of number 14, Dallas Huckel, number 19, Sean Smith Jr., and number 39, Bobby Rhodes Jr.
Yeah, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for their continued support and being the first sponsors in this amazing group.
Yes.
And this amazing first season
Yes.
that we are a part of.
Yes. And while I have a second, I'll acknowledge the last one as well. eXp Realty, Brian Garl Holmes. A gold level sponsor of the Rapids this season, Brian brings a one-of-kind mix of marketing with years of real estate experience and genuine passion for helping clients reach their goals. Whether it's finding the perfect home or building lasting relationships, Brian's mission is to make an impact, not just make a sale. We're proud to have him and everyone else supporting the Rapids in all our impactful missions this season. And Drew, I got in trouble, so I'm going to bring it up. I gave my son a shout-out and said I love you. I shouted out my fiance and didn't say love you. Love you, Renee. I do apologize that I didn't get the love you in there. You know I do love you. And then holding us down while I'm able to get up here and run my mouth. So, Cobras will take over on third down.
Definitely not coming over the house afterwards. No.
Couch will be comfy tonight. So, Cobras take over on third down. 3 wide receivers bunched to the bottom of the screen. He's going to take off. He's going to bootleg that way, but he's going to be tackled in the backfield and sacked by number 97, Josh Davis. So no horse collar, but it looks like we're going to have a hold.
I think this is one of those ones where you got to wait for the rest to discuss to see what they're going to call here, because multiple things did happen, but it seems like they're not sure which one they're saying did happen and which ones they're going to
yeah, it looked like Josh was clean on the jersey there, but I did not see the bottom of the field. I'm a bit obstructed. So we're going to have a personal foul on the offense and a face mask on the defense as penalties are offset, and we'll replay third down. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one, but you got lucky. They also held or had a personal foul. So offsetting penalties, it is still third and long, and so you still have a good opportunity to get off the field here. You just got to make another play.
So clock stopped with 1:49. Third down. Quarterback looks a bit confused, looking to his sideline. So, 3 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 up top. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to look that way. He's going to look to the top of the field, and he's going to throw it away. Good coverage over there by number 5, Anthony Spooney, as always.
Yeah, great job sealing that edge there, making sure he couldn't come back and make a play, and making sure that the only ball that the quarterback could throw was towards the sideline, and he just could not make it down. It is now 4th down.
Looks like the Cobras are going to try to attempt a field goal.
So, with 1:43, Cobras will take an opportunity here to put some points on the board, potentially, with a field goal. And Rapids will take a timeout. Coach Gibbs want to talk it over with his special teams, and you know what? With the errors that have happened on the special teams today, and with a minute 43 on the clock, I'm okay with this timeout.
No, you're absolutely right. There's a minute 43 left in the half. You have 3 of them to spare. Get it right. Make sure you have the right personnel on the field so you have the right call, because you never know what's going to happen on special teams. A blocked kick, a fumbled snap. You want to make sure that you're prepared and have the right personnel for that situation.
They want to try to make a go at the end zone.
And a big shout out to Mark Hale joining us in the comment section. Mark, wish you a nice, speedy recovery. We know you'll be back ASAP.
Looks like they're going to punt.
And the Cobras will change it up. They were going to attempt a long field goal, Drew, but now they're going to elect to just kick it away.
And it looks like the Rapids are coming with everyone to try to block this punt, as it is a short punt. And so
And I just
This could
wanna-
get interesting.
And I just want to say, in this position, in this time, watch for the fake. Not saying it's going to happen, but just something to look for. Oh, and it looks like, yep, and we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a delay a game. Although, yeah.
Probably intentional
Yeah, I was
by
gonna
the
say-
Cobras.
I was gonna say-
Although, if I was a smart man for the Rapids, I would decline that penalty.
Yes, we'll see what the Rapids coaching staff does do. But
The old Bill Belichick move.
yes. But it'll back them up a couple. Give the punter a couple more yards there.
Here we go. Fourth down and 25. Hoop right.
So, punt will be back. Oh, and we're going to have a big penalty there on the hitting of the kicker. Ball will go out to about 13-yard line.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them as well, it is not going to be just a running into. He absolutely took
And it's gonna-
out
yep, a
the
first.
so it's a roughing that has a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So a big let-off for the Cobras and a little bit of a mistake for the Rapids, especially how close they are to their own end zone.
Leads to the penalty.
It looks like that was number 88, Tion Pickett Jr., one of our new players. So I know Coach Gibbs will not be happy with that mistake there. That's a tough one because that's, yes, 15 yards and a first down, pinning this Rapids defense back again when they were just able to get off the field. So minute 35 left. Number 10 for the Cobras coming back in at quarterback. Looked like that quarterback change seems to be permanent. Number 7, the quarterback in before, in next to him at the running back position. So Cobras, like I said, take over here. 1st and 10 from the 20. 1:35 left in the second quarter. I should say in the half.
As your Rapids, you want to make sure that any case, if the ball gets caught or running back makes a run, keep them inbounds. They do not have time to stop, set up play, make sure things work, and that could work in your favor.
Absolutely. So Cobra's changing things around. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle, and he's got a man open, and he's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. Clock keeps running. Cobras will speed it up, about 1:23 here in the half. 1st and goal. Cobras taking their time, as you see the quarterback waving his hands down.
Johnson had a 1-yard touchdown run earlier in the game and put the Cobras ahead.
Clock ticks down to about 1:05.
Short-lived as Emmett Calhoun broke off a big run to tie the game. 1st and goal at the 5. Cooney.
So 1st and goal here. And he's going to take it. He's going to hand it off the middle, and he's going to get stuffed for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and goal.
And it looks like a timeout from the Cobras immediately.
Yep,
with
Cobras will take
47 seconds.
Good call there, Drew. Cobras will take a timeout with 47 seconds. At halftime, we will be taking a break. We'll leave the stream up. You can hang out in the comments, discuss the first half, but we will take a break ourselves. Drew, touching around some scores around the world today. Champions League final was today. I know it's a big one for us. PSG 5-0 over Inter Milan, the biggest Champions League margin in history, and a first title for a club desperate to get a trophy.
Absolutely. I watched the game, and it seemed that they had never made a final since their first final. They were determined to win this game. Milan, a shaky defense regardless, just could not handle the movement and the passing and the attack of PSG. A very fun game for PSG, but a very brutal game for Inter Milan.
And exactly where you expect to catch your Champions League coverage here on your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids broadcast. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal here. 47 seconds left in the half. Cobras looking to punch this in, get some points before the half. He's going to take the drop back. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to be brought down. He's going to try to throw it away, and they're going to call it. Nope, they're going to call it. They're going to call it incomplete, and Drew very close to an intentional grounding.
Absolutely, and also a lot of times when a quarterback is going down, they call him down as he's trying to throw the ball when going down because they don't want quarterbacks to take that away
So an interesting one, as a lot of refs could have called it he was already down, but Cobras get a break here. Now it's third down.
So 41 seconds left in the half. Third down, third and goal. Cobras looking to punch it in here. Cobras bring in motion. Three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. One up top. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look towards the end zone. He's going to take off, and he's going to get to the corner, and he's going to dive in for a touchdown.
Clooney gets Cobras in the end zone. Flushed him out of the pocket. He called his own number after that. This one should be a chip shot. Cooper Ryder.
So the Cobras put 6 on the board right before halftime.
This might be a ship.
Quarterback, what a good play there, Drew. He scrambles out, turns the corner, and dives in. So we look for the extra point here. Snap is back, ball is up, and the kick is good. So 14-7, Cobras up over the Rapids with 33 seconds left in the half. And Drew, not exactly how week one wanted to start for the Rapids, but still a very close game. But I think one of the biggest issues that we would talk about if we had a halftime show, the special teams errors have been costly and they've led to points.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that if you look at the special teams unit, it's a lot of guys that are fired up to play. They're fired up to make a hit, make a tackle, block a kick, block a punt. But we need to settle it down a little bit. We need to make sure that we're maintaining our lines, our gaps, and make sure that we're not over-pursuing, over-hitting, because that is leading to the Cobras players seeing that and taking advantage of that. And it's happened now 3 times.
Yep, penalties, fumbles, it's just, yeah, the mental errors right now really holding back this Rapids team. So Cobras will get set to kick off in 33 seconds. Pretty much just no mistakes here if you're the Cobras. If you're the Rapids, maybe try to look for something special. They've had a kickoff return for a touchdown before.
I think you mean the first official touchdown of the Rapids.
Well, no, because the 28-0 game got reversed. Rob does get his rightful touchdowns. But, yes, our first kick return touchdown. So, ball is away. Sean Smith Jr. will return it at just about the 20. And he's going to cut it back up the middle of the field. He's going to get a big block. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag, but I don't agree with that. He's going to turn it big out about the 40-yard line. And it looks like that's going to come back. But I'm not sure, Drew. I'm not sure.
It was definitely, I think, a close call. I think that you hit sort of the side of him there, and I think the ref, saw that he was more sealing off the back, and I think...
As we're watching the replay, ooh, yeah.
It is very, very close. I think that there was a push. I wouldn't say that it was very big. I think it was more of a nudge, but unfortunately that's where you can't do something like that, especially when you're behind a guy. They're going to call it every single time.
Absolutely. So, a costly mistake there for what would have been great field position for the Rapids. And with 23 seconds left. It'll be first down at the 23. Rapids running players off late, or on late. So first down. Jordan Jones in at quarterback. Rapids might be looking for a play here. Yep, Jordan's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out in the flat, incomplete.
We got about 19 seconds here, I think. Honestly, you want to get this to half. You've had an okay half, but you haven't had a great half, and you've made a lot of mistakes. I think you kind of need to just take this one, run it out, recollect in the locker room at halftime.
I don't disagree there. No mistakes here. We don't want anything happening. But Savon Gibbs said, you know what, guys? Screw what you're talking about. Jordan's going to drop back a pass again here. Oh, and he's going to get out of the pocket, and he's going to be brought down and sacked.
And that just might do it for the first
And, yes, Rapids will let the clock run off.
That is going to be it.
And that'll do it for your first half. Cobras 14, Rapids 7. So, Drew, I want to real quick bring in Rico McGee of the Sports Minute. Rico, your thoughts on the first half before we take a break?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. You got to clean up the mental mistakes, man. One of the biggest things I've learned, and this teaches you about life, the decisions that you make affect everybody around you. And when you can't make those kinds of mistakes, then the block in the back on the kickoff return, that also sets you back. Got to clean up the mental errors. Got to find something offensively to get going to give this team some confidence in the second half.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that, Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute, for joining us in there. And Drew, that'll do it for us here in the first half. We will step away on your broadcast here on the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page. We appreciate all of you for checking in. We'll take a 10-minute break. Clock's already down to 9:45, so we will see you shortly for your second half. All right, and welcome back to the second half here on the Strawbro Sports Show. And there's a bit of confusion because, yes, it looks like the Rapids are going to kick off to begin the second half.
Maybe it was a potential mix-up or accident during the coin flip where someone deferred and the other person kicked. It's the only explanation I can think of, because we should be receiving the ball in this second half.
Absolutely. So Bobby Rhodes Jr. will set to kick it away. And he's going to boot it away with a nice kick, a line drive, caught at the 10. And he's going to be returned to the middle. He's going to return out to the 20, and he'll be tackled there at about the 34-yard line. So a good cleanup on the special teams.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're talking about cleaning up on special teams, that is a good first start.
Yes.
Only about 10 yards on a return, especially on a kick that really didn't give the defense or the special teams time to really get down the field. Now let's see how this defense can recover.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Paula Howard. She's in our comment section, the owner of Schmoopy Sweets and Treats. Make sure you go on Facebook and search Schmoopy Sweets and Treats and find all your bakery needs, gluten-free and dairy-free as well.
Paul, I'm telling you, if you started selling your baked goods at some of these games, you may make a killing.
Well, listen, I wish we could have her inside of Akron University. But the university won't let us, and they won't let us because they know we would take over there. So
We'll sneak her into the booth.
absolutely. So as we kick off the second half here, just a couple seconds under 15 minutes, or under 15 minutes there in the half. Cobras will take over here, first down. Same quarterback as ended the half. Cobras up 14-7, looking to separate themselves. Oh, and it's going to be fumbled, and it's going to be a bad snap, and it'll fall out it back within the 15, but not a great start there for the Cobras.
No, I think that is a cause of a hurried snap, trying to get the ball off before the play clock ran down, and not a great start for the Cobras, and this makes the defensive job for the Rapids a whole lot easier.
Absolutely. It'll be second and long. So, Corbas here, second and long. Forward wide receivers. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look out, and it's going to be picked off! And it's going to be picked off and returned to the 5-yard line. Number 5, Anthony Spooney, in on the interception.
That was absolutely amazing, perfectly timed. I was talking about this during the Ravens game where there was a lot of short passes, quick passes that was only going to get stopped by defenders jumping the route. They must have worked on it in practice this week, because that's exactly what this defense did, and they came out flying. An amazing start to the second half.
Absolutely. That's Spooney's 4th interception on the year. I have to credit Anthony Wright with last week's interception. So Jordan Jones will step in here at quarterback, flanked by Emmett and Monte Taylor in at running back. Be first and goal. Jordan is going to hand it off, and he's going to take it himself. He's going to keep it, and he's going to try to push out, and the offensive line is going to give him a push to about the 3 or 4 yard line. So clock runs down under 14 minutes, 3:50 here in the third quarter. It'll be second and goal from the 4. So he's going to be handed off to Monte. Monte's going to try to break a tackle, and he's going to get in for a touchdown.
An amazing second effort. That is exactly the way you want to start a second half. You have less than a minute and a half off. You have an interception, and you have a touchdown.
And as we mentioned, almost every time he touches the ball, Monte is not tackled by the first guy as normal, breaks tackles, and gets into the end zone. Will flip field for the extra point as Bobby Rhodes Jr. will come in, and the Rapids will attempt to tie this game. while I have a second, give a shout out to our maroon level sponsors, HR Kyle, offering HR solutions, career coaching, leadership training, and more. And it looks like I did hear somebody the other day we're going to start running the clock. A little tough there when you got to flip fields, but so Bobby Rose Jr. in on the extra point. Rapids looking to tie this ball game up. Kick is up and good, but we do have a flag. Okay, as we're trying to clear up the confusion there. Looks like no penalty, so that'll tie up the game 14-14. And Drew, yes, we talked about it. A big interception by Anthony Spooney, a big run by Monte Taylor, and boom, Rapids right back in. And I talked to Coach Nate Hose at halftime for a brief second, and he was very calm. I said, Coach, what? Anything changed? No. He said, we're fine. He said, we're one penalty away from a tie ball game. We just need to keep doing what we're doing. And boom.
No, I think that's absolutely right. Obviously, you're not going to throw out your whole playbook over a 14-7 deficit at half. I'm sure they made some tweaks, made some fine adjustments, made sure they knew the game plan, because they know that this team is solid enough that if they follow the game plan, they are going to keep in this game.
So Bobby Rose Jr. will kick it off again. Cobras offense will take over, and Rapids defense look to make another play again. Another line drive kick away. Oh, and he's going to let it go out of bounds, and the flag will come out.
An unfortunate bounce from Bobby Rhodes. Just got to keep that inbounds. Another good field position start for the Cobras.
So, another shout out to one of our maroon level sponsors, Sebring Trophy and Award, proudly owned and ran since 1972, and Rico Sports Cards. A big shout out also to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Baseball Association and Rise and Shine, local and historic to Cuyahoga Falls. Rise and Shine is here to serve you all day breakfast, a lunch menu, and some fantastic bar options as well. So, Cobras will take over at the 40. First down here. Number 7 back in at quarterback for the Cobras. And he's going to hand that off the middle, and he will get just maybe a yard or two. And that interior defensive line by the Rapids playing well once again.
Absolutely. This is what they're known for. They are stifling in the run, and I don't expect that to stop anytime soon in the second half.
So that'll be second down for the Cobras. 12 minutes, 50 seconds here as we do have a whistle. And it looks like so a 5-yard penalty there. So Rapids defense will look to lock in here. So Cobra's quarterback looks to change the play there. 2 wide receivers down at the bottom of your screen, 2 up top. He's going to take it. He's going to look to throw it quick for a little out to the flat to the wide receiver, and he'll pick up a first down for a short gain there.
Also want to notice that the quarterback from the first quarter is back in, and now it seems like they're changing it up.
Yeah.
Because I will say, it does seem that they had more success with him in the first quarter than with the other one.
Yeah, they did score a touchdown with both running touchdowns. But, yeah, it did seem like the offense was flowing on the passing end a little bit better on that end. So that'll be first down for the Cobras here at the 46-yard line. Cobras look to the sideline as they change the play. And we're going to have a flag here. We're going to have a false start on the Cobras. And I want to give a shout-out to Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute for giving us an update here. Dustin Dye, our great defensive lineman and offensive lineman, a back injury, will not return for this game. Thank you, Rico, for that information. And that's a big loss for this offensive and majority this defensive line.
Absolutely, but I think that this team has enough depth not to replace him, but to fill in for him until he is able to come back.
Absolutely. Next man up. So, first down here for the Cobras. Cobras are going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage there by the Rapids. Not really anywhere to go with the ball there.
Right, and now you're getting into second, third, and long situations, exactly where you want them to be.
And this is where this Rapids defense likes to feast on turnovers when they get these teams pinned back.
Absolutely, because now you have time to blitz, you have time to send pressure, you have time to make the quarterback make mistakes, throw a ball up maybe he shouldn't, and switch the field over early. And it seems like they are going to be in more of a throwing formation here with 3 at the bottom of our screen.
Yep, 3 at the bottom, 1 up top, 1 running back in. Cobras have been throwing the ball a lot today. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look to throw it deep, and he's got coverage, and it's going to be picked off again by the Rapids. Number 13, Maury Mitchell, in on the interception.
That is what happens when you are down back behind your first down marker. You have to make a big play. You have to try to throw the ball downfield. And it was just a little bit overthrown, and Maury Mitchell took advantage of that. A ball hawk in his own right.
Yes.
And now this offense can get moving again and potentially take the lead.
The former wide receiver turned DB, making a great play on the ball. And I got to be honest, he tracked that ball better than the wide receiver did. I was almost calling the interception before it happened because I saw the way Maury was tracking that ball. Hawks it down. Rapids offense will take over here. Jordan Jones back in. He's going to be flanked by Monte and Emmett. Going to be 1st and 10 here. The 22-yard line. Oh. And we're going to have a flag, and we're going to have offsides. I apologize. That's the 18-yard line, not the 22. But we'll move it forward now. So 1st and 5 for the Rapids. 10-24 here in the third quarter. Drew looking to put another drive together, put some points on the board, and take the lead, their first lead of the day.
Absolutely, and I don't think you change anything from that first drive. Just keep running it, keep moving these guys back. It seems like they're going to make mistakes on their own.
So Jordan Jones in. Jordan's going to take it. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to take off, and he's going to dump it out. He's going to try to dump it out to Emmett, and not a clean dump out there. A scary play.
No, it seems like he was in between two minds there, between running the football and pitching it out. And at that point, you got to just tuck it and run. You don't want to make an errant pass that could lead to a potential interception. Lucky there.
And I understand Jordan wanting to make a play, move the ball up, but sometimes you got to just tuck them away. So, 2nd down here. 2nd and 10. 10 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers to your near side, 2 running backs flanking your quarterback. Jordan's going to hand it off to Emmett this time, and Emmett's going to break it up the middle again, shake off a couple tackles, and he's going to break it out for a Rapids first down.
That is the speed of Emmett Calhoun. He is an absolute firecracker back there. He gets off that line and gets to the second gap almost immediately, and that is such a crucial
crucial part of this offense that he can take this defense by surprise by just how insanely quick he is right off the ball.
Absolutely. Having a good running game, absolutely dependent on your offensive line, but you need your running backs to not just make men miss, but to shed tackles. So, first down for the Rapids. 9 minutes and 10 seconds here in the third quarter. Rapids trying to put together a drive. Calhoun and Monte Taylor flanking your quarterback. So, and they're going to pitch it out, and they're going to pitch it to the wide receiver. Oh, and he's going to be a big, good tackle there in the backfield by number 41 by the Cobras.
Yeah, that was a great pursuit. Seems like Cobras, or Rapids, I should say, trying to mix up the run a little bit, trying to kind of get them spread out. I think you stick to what works here. I think that we've gotten to the third quarter. We've seen what works. We've seen that the pitches and the men in motion and the kind of the sideways running to move forward isn't really working. The Cobras are really good at pursuing. I think you got to start moving the ball.
Yeah, but keeping them honest. Yeah, but keeping them honest. Yeah, but the north-south has been very good for the Rapids running game today. Jordan in, second down here. Rapids, he's going to pitch it out. He's going to pitch it out to Monte. Monte's going to try to cut, and he's going to have nowhere to go there. He'll be tackled about the line of scrimmage there.
Yep. Another attempt at that pitch outside, getting the ball to the outside of the corner. Great, again, pursuit by the Cobras. Now you're third and long, 3rd and 10, an obvious passing situation.
So, third down. And a big third down here for the Rapids. As they finally gain some momentum, they don't want to give it back just quite yet. Jones is going to drop back here on third down, look for his options. He's going to get out. He's under pressure again, and he's sacked again in the backfield.
Listen, that is a coverage sack if I've ever seen one. Could not find anyone open. Stepped up in the packet, tried to make a play. No one there, and by the time he decided to run, it was too late. And
that is a perfect call there. A coverage sack was that he had a couple times. You saw the head moving, trying to scan his options, and nobody was open.
And now a great interception, a great turnover momentum kind of goes wasted as you now have to go 3 and out and have to punt this football. But I think that was enough time to give this defense a break. But now, again, special teams errors happening a little bit. Hopefully.
We're running men on late again on the special teams. Just seems to be confusion when that special teams needs to get lined up on who's supposed to be there. So the snap is low. Bobby's going to get it off barely, and it's very high up in the air, and it's going to take a sideways bounce. Almost hit the Cobras player, but it's going to take a bounce out at about the 35-yard line. And, I mean, Drew, it's been the theme of the game. Another costly special teams play is going to give the Cobras good field position.
Yes, trying to get men on, having to snap the ball quickly, and having it roll to Bobby. And now gets blocked. You are now, again, putting your defense in a bad situation where they have a short field. They have to lock down. They have to be absolutely locked in and not make any mistakes, or that can end up with points.
Absolutely. So 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-14, Cobras and Rapids here in Lakewood. So Cobras will take over first down. Another quarterback change as the Cobras seem to be kind of splitting reps between both guys in the backfield. Rapids defense looking to pin their ears back here. First down, he's going to drop back. He's going to throw it out in the flat, and it's going to be fumbled, and the Rapids are going to jump on that. We'll see what the... And yes, and they're going to call that a catch and a fumble, and they're going to call that a Rapids football.
Wow, that is a very, very big call. It did seem that the Cobras player did make a football move
and then fumbled the football, so that is definitely potentially the right call. However, that could have easily be called an incomplete pass, and so that is definitely a potential momentum shifter in the game.
Yes, and the Rapids definitely need to try to take advantage of this opportunity. Offense stuttered. Defense bailed them right back out and said, here, do it again. We got you.
Now, I think this drive has to go north-south here. I think that I understand trying to spread them out, but these Cobras guys are absolutely amazing at tracking and pursuing the ball. I think you just got to take it right at them with your offensive line.
So Jordan Jones in, Monte in the backfield. Be 1st and 10 here. Jordan is going to hand it off to Monte. Monte is going to break a couple tackles and get hit out in the backfield. Bring up 2nd down and about 11.
It does seem like this Cobras team is now pushing up, getting closer to line of scrimmage, flying to the ball here. Potentially a play action, maybe just a quick pass. Keep them honest here. Make sure that this Cobras team isn't just putting 11 guys in the box, making sure that, these cornerbacks, these safeties, they kind of have to step back a little bit.
I agree with your analysis there, bro. So Jordan will set up, Monte in his backfield. 2 wide receivers in the bottom of the screen, 1 up top. That'll bring up 2nd down here. 5:24 and another penalty on the Rapids. We're going to have a false start. It's going to back them up even further. So it'll be 2nd and 16, 5:22 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-14, Cobras and Rapids locked in a good one here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. Shout out to everybody rocking with us in the comments today. If you aren't, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page, your one-stop shop for everything Strawbro Sports Show. 2nd down here for the Rapids. 5 minutes in the 3rd. And he's going to pitch it out to Monte. Monte cuts it back inside. Going to find just a couple yards there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yes, and now you are relying on a quarterback who, while very good, a little bit inconsistent today. Hopefully that changes, but I think that these receivers can get open. I think that this is a crucial 3rd down to potentially move the football after you've been stalling out the past couple drives.
And we've seen them take shots earlier in the game. A big catch on the one side. Wide receiver took the ball away from his DV. 1 dropped, but we will see. So Jordan got a man coming in motion. He's going to fake that. He's going to dump it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to cut back up the middle. Emmett's going to kind of cut back outside, and he's going to get wrapped up and gang tackled there. Well short. So that'll bring up 4th down with about 3:45 here left in the 3rd. Rapids going to bring on the punt team.
Now it's a matter of who wants it more. Third quarter's winding down, 3:25 and counting.
And again, these Rapids are having to bring men on late, trying to get this another special teams mishap.
So Bobby will get the punt off, and it's a good punt this time. And he'll pin him back at a big hit at the 30, and good special teams coverage and play there.
Woo! That was an absolute bullet flying in there. I am surprised the Cobras did not call a fair catch because, listen, if I saw him coming right on me, that hand would have been up as soon as that ball left Bobby's foot.
And who was it? Number 5, Anthony Spooney. Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. That was number 6. Sean Stretch right. I keep messing him and Spooney up. 6 and 5. Hard to see the glare sometimes.
Stretch is going to get on you for
I
that.
know he
for
already
messing it up again.
he already got on me once. He's going to get on me again.
the benefit of not being in the players group chat. I do not get any criticism of the players until I see them face to face.
Yeah. And now I'm second guessing the interception. See what this does to me? So, Cobras will take over. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look out in his flat. It's going to be tipped away by number 95. Morgan Hill, tight end, our Air Force veteran, in on the deflection there. I apologize. That is not Morgan Hill on the deflection. See, now I've just completely derailed myself there. We've got some double numbers up. So, whoever is number 95, we'll credit him for that deflection. Cobras show in motion. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured. He's going to take off. He's going to shred some tacklers and pick up some yards before he slides down just in front of the first down.
If he would have dove head first, he might have got the first down. Actually, they're going to give it to him.
Ken, as we wind down here near the end of the third quarter, it is starting to look like the 2007 ALDS here. We have midges on the field, and it's not looking great.
We're protected here in the booth at least.
Yeah, the players not so much.
No, not at all. 1:20 left in the third. 14-14 Rapids and Cobras. This will bring up. They actually gave the Cobras a first down there on the slide, so first down for the Cobras. At about the 40-yard line, he's going to hand it. Oh, he's going to fumble. Oh, I'm sorry. He kept it himself. He shook off the commentator, and he'll be tackled in the backfield by number 2. A good tackle there. Shout out to Ben, our statistician. That was number 95, Cody Hoarding on the deflection there. The double numbers throwing the commentators for a loop there. So he's going to drop back to pass there. He's going to be pressured. He's going to step away from the pressure again and hit hard and tackled by number 95, Cody Horning, and Brandon Fleming in on the tackle. And I got to correct myself. I saw Brandon's wife still pregnant. So new baby not here yet, but the other 5 kicking butt. So we do have an injury down. We had a Rapids player down as they will check on him. Looks like 97, Josh Davis. Looks like he's going to get helped by his teammates and be able to walk up under his own power. That's good to see.
I will say, this Rapids defense, they understand that this quarterback wants to be mobile. He wants to get out of the pocket. It seems like they're keeping a linebacker as a spy there, making sure that he can't move anywhere, and it's really effective now.
I agree. So that'll do it for us here in the third quarter. 14-14 Rapids and Cobras. We are locked in a good one here in Lakewood. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids on the road next week. Before we head back home to University of Akron, InfoCision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field. Make sure you join us there in 2 weeks. All right, so Fourth quarter beginning here. 14-14. Rapids and Cobras. Cobras have a third down here. Number 10 back in at quarterback. And he's going to drop back, looking for it. He's going to scramble. He's going to throw it. And he's going to throw it in, and it's going to be incomplete. And that will bring up 4th and long. We will assess the flag on the play. Looks like we're going to have a hold. Yep, we're going to have a hold on the Cobras.
Now, if I'm the Rapids, I think that as soon as you get this ball, you have to put pressure on this Cobra defense. I think you have to run it right at them. You have to throw it across the field, make them make a play against you, because it seems like, not any disrespect to the offense, they are pursuing you. They are tackling you down. You are not making a lot of people miss. I think you have to switch it up a little bit, start pounding the run game, start making them make big tackles, because right now I think you're making it a little too easy on them.
They bumbled the snap, and the punter is going to lose the ball. A scramble for the ball. And the Cobra special teams is going to turn it over right there. Rapids football.
You know what? We talked about special teams errors all day for the Rapids. Now that it's coming back around, this may be the fortune that the Rapids need.
Absolutely. The Rapids special teams, who we've been critical of, rightfully so this game, coming through with a big play right there. Punter bobbled the snap. Rapids did a great job to rally to the football. So, with 14 minutes, 2 seconds, 14-14, Rapids will take over with great field position for the first time for themselves as they take over at the 27-yard line. I do got to agree with our commenter, Ray, there. They absolutely need to try to take advantage of this opportunity right here. So, it looks like we're going to have a change in at quarterback. Monte Taylor is going to come in at quarterback. Emma Calhoun in the backfield.
And that typically means they're going to be more of a running game here.
Yep, and Monte's going to take that, and he's going to break it to the outside, jump over a man. So, trying to get positive yardage. And looks like the Rapids are going to go with some tempo here. I like that. Trying to get the Cobras defense caught off guard. Monte will come in as he stays in quarterback with Emmett in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers down to the bottom of his screen. Boom, he's going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to go up the middle, pick up a couple yards there himself.
I think that's exactly what you need to do if you are the Rapids. Take control of the game. Take control of the clock. You're getting 3 to 4 yards per carry. Grind out these first downs and get into good position for hopefully 7, but if not, a field goal to get ahead.
Absolutely, I agree. Monte's going to take this. He's going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to make a man miss. He's going to try to cut the corner, and he's going to get rallied. He's going to get tackled and thrown back out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Rapids.
Some of these players from both teams, no strangers to each other. It's now 4th down for the Rapids. It's 4th down, and the Rapids are going to go for a field goal.
Yep, and they're going to bring on Bobby Rhodes Jr. for the field goal with 12:30 left here. It's going to be a 38-yard try for Bobby Rhodes Jr. 12:20 left here in the 4th. Costly penalty once again on the special teams. Going to back the Rapids up. Not sure now what's going to happen with the Rapids. And the Rapids are going to call a timeout with 12:10 in the third. I'm sorry, 12:10 left in the fourth quarter. 12:10 left in the game. 14-14. Rapids timeout.
Yeah, that's an absolute brutal penalty again on the special teams. I still think Bobby has the range for this, but that definitely makes it a much tougher field goal and much tougher to even consider going for it on fourth down instead.
Well, Coach Gibbs said, see, you're considering, and he said, I believe in my kicker. So we are going to line up for the field goal. It's going to be a 43-yard field goal. Monte Taylor in on the hold. So, a big one here. Ball's down. Oh, and it's going to be a fumbled snap, and Monte's going to take it. He's going to fumble it himself. Bobby's going to pick it up on the gamble, and it's going to be a turnover. And a flag's going to come in late. We will take a look at what happened. Might be a really big. Oh, and now we've got we've got flags everywhere. Flags on both sidelines. Looks like definitely one over here on the Cobras, and it might be on the Rapids coaching staff. We will try to assess these. Oh, we've got a personal foul on both teams. That'll offset, and it'll turn it over to the Cobras. So, with a chance to put points on the board, Rapids give the ball away. 12 minutes left in the fourth, 14-14, and now the defense is going to have to come through once again big time for the Rapids.
Yeah, that is very, very tough. A muffed snap and then a fumble where even if he had picked it up and ran, he had all the daylight in the world on the right side. And now, again, this defense has to come up big. But the good thing is, if there's a side of the ball that needs to come up big, you want it to be this defense because time and again, it has.
So, Cobras will take over first down here from the 35. 12 minutes left in the fourth. Number 10 in at quarterback. Seems to be the preferred starter here in the fourth. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be tackled hard for a loss.
This is exactly what the Rapids are, but unfortunately a flag. It potentially is a taunting as 54 did wave to the sideline.
Walker, a veteran on this team who knows better than to give up a tough penalty like that. And after a good play, now they're giving yardage back.
Yeah, listen, no problem in celebrating, but celebrating with your own team, celebrating against the other team is very, very much frowned upon.
So that'll push the Cobras up. That'll give them a first down.
Just to answer some questions, the offsetting penalties happened after the play, and so there is no replay of down because the penalties have occurred after the play.
Good call there, Drew. Oh, and he almost missed the snap, and he's going to quickly throw it out to the outside, and it'll be caught for a couple yards. That could have been really disastrous for the Cobras. The quarterback wasn't looking for the snap, but he did catch it. So Cobras here for second down. 10:30 left in the fourth. 14-14. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to throw the ball away. And they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
It does seem there was a receiver in the area. However, on stuff like that, you always have to talk about it.
And it looks like we are going to have another Oh, no. Wait. Okay, they're going to call a hold on the Cobras. It did look like that was going in the way of another unsportsmanlike conduct for the Rapids. But I'm glad to be wrong on that one. So that'll back the Cobras up on second down. 10:15 left in the fourth quarter, and it's money time here. 14-14. Let's see which unit can make the play needed to get the victory as we roll down in the fourth quarter. Second down for the Cobras.
Yeah, second and long. Obviously, I think they're going to think to throw here. You got to send pressure. It seems to be getting to them every single time. And you have the linebackers and the DBs to grab him in case he escapes.
So, and the Rapids get good pressure, and he throws it out to the flat. He'll be tackled immediately for a loss. Number 9, Mike Marshall, in on the tackle. Talented linebacker in DB. That's going to bring up third and long for the Cobras.
An amazing tackle in open field, stopping him from getting any momentum, making any moves, and backing up that team for an even further third down. Now, I know you want to blitz. You might just want to sit back, let them get whatever yards they want, and then grab the ball off the punt afterwards.
Absolutely. As long as we can get through no penalties, no mental errors, trying to give the offense a chance to get this victory in week 1 here for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Third and long. 2 wide receivers up top. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. 1 running back, the backup quarterback, I should say, in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass, look deep. He's got a man wide open, but he's going to be nicely tackled. And the Rapids are going to get to fourth down again. And we're going to have a Cobras player down. But for the Rapids, get the special team unit together and get this offense back on the field with an opportunity.
Absolutely. I think that, as obviously we have seen the Cobras go for this before, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for them to go for it on fourth down. But it seems that they are going to punt, which gives the offense the opportunity now. Listen, you move the ball decently. You've shown that you can move this ball. You got to basically put out your best plays here.
Punts away, and it's going to be caught, but bobbled. And it is going to be picked up by the Cobras after an absolute muff of a punt there by the Rapids. The Cobras special teams gets another play, and they are going to take over right inside the 20 with just 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I feel like a broken record here. Special teams, time and time again, did not have the right personnel out there, had to run out, and because of that, the returners not ready, muffed the punt, and
didn't take a good angle at the ball.
Unfortunately,
could
not recover it.
Nope, and it's going to be costly there. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Cobras have 7 minutes and 46 seconds left to take this game. So we've got another quarterback change. First down here for the Cobras. Rapids defense pinned back after the special teams error. And it looks like we're going to have a false start.
Say full start against the Cobras. It looked like Rapids players jumped, forced him to move, but he was busted. Back him up 5. First down to 15.
So, first down. As we said, 7:45. Cobras will change in the play. 7:45 left in the game. Cobras looking to cash in on the special teams error. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw the screen out, and he's going to wide receiver is going to make a couple men miss. Get out to the line of scrimmage. 7:36 left in the fourth quarter. Cobras looking to make a play. Rapids defense looking to make a play here and get their offense the ball back. So, second down for the Cobras. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. .6:55 in the fourth, 14-14. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out to his wide receiver. It's going to be caught, and he's going to be tackled right out. It's going to be very close to a first down. Looked at about the 8-yard line. So that'll bring up third down. 6:30 left in the fourth. 3rd and 4. And I would say with the way this game is going, obviously we are in 4-down territory. Rapids defense, got to be prepared for that, as I know they will be.
Absolutely. Points coming at a premium here. Even if you get the stop here, and they do have room to get a first down without scoring it, they are going to go for it regardless.
Clock ticking away. Just at about 6 minutes. Cobra's doing a good job of running the play clock and running the clock down. A big third down here in this fourth quarter. And a timeout by the Cobras. 5:46 left in the fourth quarter. And Drew, it's money time.
Yes, it is, as the British would say, squeaky bum time here. Sweaty palms, whatever you want to call it.
Here at the Q, as Austin Carr likes to say. Excuse me. So,
But hey,
so Drew,
this is what you play for.
Absolutely. You've seen a very highly contested game today, 2 evenly matched teams. I would say if you're the Rapids or on the Rapids side, definitely thinking that you've cost yourself a lot of points with costly mistakes and turnovers. And it's basically allowed this game to be a tie game and with the Cobras having a chance to win.
Absolutely, but I don't think you can think about that right now. I think what you have to think about right now is 3rd and 4 on our own 7-yard line, and I need to make a stop. And that's exactly what you need to think about, because you keep dreading and rethinking the past, you're bound to repeat it.
Absolutely. 5:46 here in the fourth. 3rd and 4. Going to have a man in motion. And he's going to throw it to the corner, and it's going to be incomplete. And that's going to bring up that 4th down, as we talked about. And Cleveland is going to bring the field goal unit on, looking to put 3 points on the board and take the lead.
You know, I did think that going for it would be the best idea, but you've stalled out here pretty much. And getting as many points as you can in a game with so few points makes sense. However, if you are the Rapids, I know you want to block the kick. I know you want to stop points. You cannot overcommit, because if you hit the kicker, you cause a penalty, that is a first down, and that's even more points that you have to make up for.
It might just cost you the ball game there. So, as we switch sides for the kicks, 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the fourth. Cobra's going to bring the field goal unit on, looking for 3 points and potentially to take this one home.
Update. Detroit Ravens up 20-7 over Racine in the third quarter. Both games having some surprises.
All right, as we're set here
Hoop Rider.
from the left hash.
Kick.
Ball's down. Oh, and it's a fumbled snap, and it's going to be recovered by the Rapids.
Wow. That is one of
An
the
unbelievable
craziest
series of
things.
events here. And after it looked like the Cobras were on the doorstep of taking the lead in the fourth quarter, a special teams error, which has been chalked full on both ends, costly to the Cobras, and with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth, the Rapids offense will take over with a chance to drive.
Yes, but now you have to do something you haven't done since 13:30 left in the third quarter, and that's score some points and move the ball effectively.
Absolutely. All hands on deck for the offense. So, wow. A crazy, crazy turn of events. Leaves the Rapids here with the ball, deep in their own area. So, Jordan in at quarterback. Emmett Calhoun in his backfield, 4 wide receivers. And he's going to hand it off to Emmett, and Emmett's going to cut it to the outside and break it up the middle. And he's going to break a couple tackles, and he looks like he's going to get out close to a first down. Clock moving, 5:20 here left in the fourth. Rapids looking to mount a nice fourth quarter drive to try to win this ball game.
Absolutely, and great vision from Emma Calhoun. Waited for his blockers, waited for the hole, and absolutely torched through it for a very, very good game and a first down.
Absolutely. Good correction there. It is a first down. $83 yards rushing so far today for Emmett. Amazing stat there by our guy Ben. And Jordan's going to keep it. Jordan will just get in. Clock running here. 4:38 left in the fourth. Rapids trying to move the ball here on second down. He's going to hand it off to Emmett again. Emmett's going to try to break a tackle, but he'll get stuffed. Offensive line push him for maybe a yard or two. So it's going to bring up third down. Just under 4 minutes left here in the fourth. Clock still moving. Big third down here for the Rapids.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, you have to think about when you throw the ball and you potentially have an incompletion, you are giving this Cobras team plenty of time to march down the field. But you do want to make first downs yourself. So that is the game you have to play here.
And so, third down here. Rapids trying to do everything they can to make this the last drive of the game for themselves. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. He's got a clean pocket. He's going to throw it over the... Ooh, he tried to throw it over the middle, and it was almost picked off. It's intercepted, or I'm sorry, incomplete. So now fourth down for the Rapids, and a tough call here.
I will say,
See what the sideline's going to do.
Number 5 was open streaking down the field. An unfortunate time that he could not find him. And now, like I said, 3:13 left on the clock. You are now going to have to punt this ball away and give the Cobras an opportunity with about 3 minutes left to score and win this game.
This is an indication of what the PAFL season is going to look like for both teams.
So Bobby Rhodes Jr. into punt.
Seems like a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we are back. The Cobras have the ball at the 45 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. A very, very close game, 14-14. Ken, this is one of, if not the biggest defensive stance that the Rapids have to make here
Absolutely.
to keep this game from getting to a point where you have to rely on this offense that has been struggling today to make a play.
Absolutely, they're known for turnovers. They're a team that makes a play on the ball and can get those turnovers. We'll see if they can get one here. Cobras take over, first down, 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the game. He's going to drop back. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's got a hole, and he's going to make a couple guys miss. He's going to cut it to the outside, and he's going to get it out to the 45, 44-yard line.
That'll be a first down for the Cobras.
A very good run by the Cobras, and one of the only ones tonight, as this Cobras team really has been struggling to run the ball, but it really couldn't come at a worse time for the Rapids for them to start actually figuring out this run game.
Absolutely. So, just coming to the 2-minute warning here. Looks like the Cobras will go to the line, but the clock will stop. So, 2-minute warning. 14-14. 2 minutes left in the fourth. Rapids and Cobras tied here. Step away for just a couple seconds.
I was expecting. This was about the game I was expecting.
The issue is like the second one team looks like they're about to take the edge. Something happens.
I told you we've seen stranger shit happen here. Dude, on 2000, I'm not making that up. 2011, they were playing the wild card game against the War Eagles. War Eagles punt returner literally makes a 102-yard punt return, takes the lead. They win with the game-winning field goal, and we ended up seeing them the next week in the second round because we had a bye week. We had a first-round bye. So I'm not at this stadium. I don't put nothing past nobody.
All right, so we're back after the 2-minute warning. 14-14 left in 14-14. 2 minutes left in the game. Cobras have the ball, first down at the 45-yard line. Rapids bringing some pressure, and he's going to throw it down to the sideline, and he is not going to find him. It's going to be incomplete. Had an open receiver, Drew, wide open, and he just missed him.
Listen, if that quarterback hit that receiver, he still would have been running. That would have been 21-14. So the Rapids very, very lucky that there was a miserrant pass there because there was no one around him for about 20, 25 yards.
Absolutely. So an almost costly mistake, but didn't cost them. It's going to bring up second down. 1:55 left in the fourth. 14-14. Cobras and Rapids locked in a good one. So, Cobras familiar formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side of the ball, 1 running back in the backfield. Quarterback pointing out the defense. And the Rapids are going to jump off sides.
A very crucial mistake for the Rapids there. This is a team that's known for a hard count, known to try to get teams off sides, and it worked to absolute perfection there. And now, instead of 2nd and 10, 2nd and 5, and There's a lot more you can do with that with 155 left.
Rapids defense looking to make a play here. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out. It's going to be picked off. And it's going to be picked off by number 3, Sham Wright. And just like that, the Rapids are going to have an opportunity themselves. And there will be 15 yards assessed on the end of that, but Rapids football with 1:49 left in the fourth, looking to try to make a play. And I want to be excited about the turnover, but Drew, the excessive celebrations penalties that this team picks up is going to be costlier and costlier as the season goes on, and at some point it just needs to stop.
No, absolutely. And you saw 2, 3, 4 players trying to pick him and drag him onto the other sideline, but just was too late. And now, instead of getting the ball at about the 30, 40-yard line, you're getting it back all the way back at about the 25, which makes it even harder with only 1:50 left on the clock.
Absolutely. Oh, and we've got another flag here. Not sure what this one's going to be for. It's like too many men on the field, but it was picked up, so maybe not. Oh, no, okay, so yes, they did assess that. So 1:49 left in the fourth. Rapids with an opportunity and the ball. Jordan's going to take it himself. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to tuck the ball and run and push it out, trying to get to the 40. Clock running. So, 1:32. 1:30 now. Left in the fourth. Rapids come to the line with an opportunity. 14-14. Jordan's going to get the ball. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to get it to the outside. And Elijah's going to make a guy miss. He's going to get out to a first down. First down, clock running. Oh, we're going to minute 9 left. Yep. Okay, and the clock starts here again. 1:03 left in the fourth. Rapids almost to midfield with an opportunity here. Jordan getting the play in. Shot it out to his lineman. Get his coverage set. 2 running backs in the backfield with him. Elijah and Emmett. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look for an option. He's going to throw it across the middle, and he's going to be caught. Clock still running. Dante McDonald on the catch. Big first down there. Rapids going to call a timeout with 33 seconds left. One timeout left for the Rapids, Drew. 33 seconds left. So you have an opportunity to get the ball still in bounds, but got to be looking towards your sidelines right now to try to give Bobby Rhodes Jr. an opportunity to win this game.
Absolutely, and I know the running game has been effective here, and that's a very, very good thing. However, you do not have the time unless you think that this run play is going to be a home run hit. But even then, I would strongly go towards getting the ball to the sideline, at least making a throw. Because worst comes to worst.
Try and save that timeout for as long as you can.
Worst comes to worst, that ball hits the ground incomplete. You save yourself for another down.
Absolutely. So, 33 seconds left in the game. Ball just over midfield. We know Bobby Rhodes Jr. has a good leg, but he'll need a little bit more help from his offense here. Jordan Jones in. Elijah and Emmett in the backfield. Jordan's going to drop back to throw again. He's going to throw it off in the flat, and it's going to be dropped. Almost picked off. A close one there. Clock will stop with 29 seconds left.
I will say a good thing there. Only 4 seconds went off the clock. So a quick pass that didn't do anything but doesn't hurt you that much.
Absolutely. And, yeah, shout out to Alexis. A big drive set up here by a big interception by Sham, with the Cobras driving themselves. setting this offense up with an opportunity to win this game. 29 seconds left. It'll be second down here. You hear the crowd pumped into this one. Jordan's going to drop back, and he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man. Oh, and it's going to be incomplete. Two receivers in the area. Neither one were able to make a play on the ball. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. And Drew, maybe a missed opportunity there because definitely had 2 men in the area of the ball.
Yeah, you definitely had many opportunities there. Good defending, I will say. However, 3rd and 10, 23 seconds. This is a very, very tough call. Do you try to get it and give your opponent time to get the ball back, or do you concede and make them waste a timeout or potentially take this game to overtime?
So, sets up a big 3rd down here for the Rapids. Ball just across midfield. Jordan Jones, he's going to drop back to pass. He's got a clean pocket. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to be incomplete. And the Rapids had it. They had it, Drew. That could have been the ball game right there. He was wide open, and the ball just underthrown.
Just
so with
a little
18
underthrown.
seconds left, it's 4th down. Yep, and I like the call here. The Rapids are going to concede the possession here. 18 seconds left. They're going to punt the ball away.
And now if you're the special teams unit, keep to your lanes, keep to your markers, keep it in front of you. Make sure this doesn't go into a big play.
So, Bobby Rose will look to punt this away. Pin the Cobras back, and it's a high snap. Bobby will get in, and it'll be a line drive, and it's going to be touched at about the 35-yard line. Cobras will have about 13 seconds left to try to make something happen here.
Honestly, I know that wasn't great, but it's better than them running it back. So 13 seconds, you're at about the 35-yard line. You're going to take a shot. You got 2 timeouts, so that's what's going to happen. But a big, big missed opportunity there to potentially win the game.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. A tough one. So this Rapids defense will check back in here. Wondering if the comments, if you can hear us. We did have a little bit of audio issue. Let me know if you can hear us. So, thank you, Ray. Just doing a double check there. Nothing wrong with that. So, after a big, big opportunity there for the Rapids offense, Rapids defense looked to lock in here with 13 seconds left and force this thing into overtime.
And it does look like the Cobras did have to waste a timeout, did not get the play call in there, which is crucial for them, as that could have been very, very key for them.
Y'all both had bobble snaps, really? Back after the timeout.
All right, so we're back in here. 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 14-14. Rapids and Cobras locked in. Rapids have many men back, playing some prevent. Cobras will come in looking for some desperation, for maybe a Hail Mary, maybe a hook and ladder. So he's going to take the pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be fouled. It's going to be picked off again. And it's going to be picked off with 9 seconds left. And a costly turnover. With 9 seconds left now, Rapids have an opportunity to throw a Hail Mary of their own.
I will say, though, they do have one timeout left. So
Yes.
a quick pass, a quick run, get yourself in a better position would, I think, be the ideal situation. But it's better than having to defend for one.
Absolutely. So, Rapids looking to make a miracle happen. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 14-14. Locked in a good one here.
First and 10, Rapids. Ball spotted on the Cobras, 45.
So, Jordan Jones in this offense. 9 seconds left here. What has Coach Gibbs got to give them an opportunity to win the ball game? Jordan going to drop back to pass here. Look for an option. He's going to throw it to the outside. He's got a man. And we're going to have a flag on the play. It is going to be a pass interference.
Doesn't look like the ball was catchable, but we can't argue with him.
A massive call by the officials here late in this ball game. That sets them up beautifully for whatever they want to do.
And now with 2 seconds left.
But I just thought about this. This is not a spot foul. It's only 15 yards. So you have two options if you're the Rapids. You either go for a long field goal or take a shot at the end zone.
So as we reset here, 2 seconds left on the clock. Rapids with a timeout. But I see Bobby Rhodes Jr. in the huddle, so it does look like they are going to attempt a game-winning field goal.
Ken, I don't think my heart can handle this.
Yours. And I'm supposed to call it. So, this is as good as it gets for week one as you could have it. Fourth quarter, 14-14. 2 seconds left on the clock. Bobby Rhodes Jr. is going to line up for what could potentially be here, a game-winning field goal. And it looks like the Cobras are going to call their final timeout. Rapids look like they were expecting that. You see them pumped up on the Rapids sideline. You see what it means. You know how much it means to be able to walk out of week one with a victory as a brand new organization, all that you could ask for, and the defense putting them in a position to do that.
Absolutely. Listen, we know the talent of this team. This was a sloppy game in your first ever regular season game. And to come out potentially with a win in this fashion is nothing short of the perfect ending if they're able to get it here.
It's not a spot foul. It's 15 yards. This is modified college.
So, as we reset it, 14-14, Cobras and Rapids. 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bobby Rhodes Jr. lining up a potentially game-winning field goal. Snap is low. Ball is down. Ball is up. Kick is up, and it is good! And the Rapids win. The Rapids walk off with a opening week one victory with a game-winning field goal from Bobby Rhodes Jr. And what an amazing game it has been here today. Outstanding.
This is one of the craziest games I have ever been a part of. And the fact that I am able to call this game with my brother and see this amazing ending is nothing short of a miracle.
Absolutely. I love you. What a game here. As we wrap this up, we don't even have the score changed yet, but it is 17-14 Rapids. Bobby Rhodes Jr. with a game-winning field goal that does it for the Rapids here in Cleveland. Drew, an amazing week one win. I'm out of breath. I am lost. I'm at a loss for words. The defensive effort by this Rapids team wasn't just an amazing effort in itself. It won them the football game today. They have a lot to be proud of.
Absolutely. There is absolutely
a lot to work on in special teams and offense, and even some on the defense as well. But the fact that you did all of that and still came out with a win means that there was never an ounce of quit in this team, and that
Never.
makes it so much sweeter on the drive home.
Absolutely, and we're just as proud of these boys as I know Samson and Daniel Demand, the owners, are. Head coach Nate Hose, defensive coordinator Jordan Patterson, and Eric Martinier, and just all the coaching staff. I'm sorry, I'm flipping through numbers. We're at just an amazing ending to this game here. That's going to do it for us here on the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football. We will be doing some post-game interviews. We will definitely be talking to Bobby Rhodes Jr. Stay tuned for those on our Instagram and Facebook page. That'll do it for us here for Cuyahoga Falls Rapids football. Rapids 17, Cobras 14. We will see you next week.